Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Spud Club podcast number 8. I have with me Dave and Mikey.
Hey.
You could say that we're spudding in.
Spudding in. There you go.
What?
Here we go.
Come on,
so,
Dave.
quick stuff real fast. If you want to join the Discord, please feel free to join the Discord. I forgot what it's under. Let me look. Mr. Super Potato, most of y'all who are listening are already part of it. If you do like us, please subscribe to the channel, YouTube channel. That is always helpful. And if you want to donate, I have a link in the description to donate to the St. Jude Hospital Children's. There, that's out of the way. What do you guys want to get into first?
So going off you guys still hear me good?
Yeah, you're good, man.
Triple check. Okay. I guess we could just work down the list, man. I mean, there's been a bunch of games been announced recently,
right.
or unless you want to get into like what we've been playing recently.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get into what you've been playing.
So, I guess I shouldn't say recently, but maybe about a month ago, like I finally finished Returnal, which I kind of texted you guys about.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I was all about that game. That was like the first game because I hadn't played, just been busy, super busy lately, and just doing stuff, and I hadn't really picked up any games recently. But then, I guess it's been about a month and a half or 2 months ago when I actually picked it up. And just was all about that, man. I don't know, Dave. I don't know how much you know about that game. Did you beat it or?
No, I never beat it, but I've actually when just like last month or so, I had started it all over again because it had been so long since I played it that I wanted to like learn all the controls and stuff again. But I really like that game, and I just bought the soundtrack on vinyl too.
Oh man,
it was on sale.
Well, so cool. I remember when I think it's the third or the fourth boss that you actually face on that game. And it's not really much of a spoiler because you can go back to him and,
all right, everybody, welcome.
As many times as you want. You can play all the bosses over and over again because that's like the premise of the game. Chris, do you really know anything? Do you know anything about that game or not really?
Yeah, I do. Barely. Basically, if you die, you got to start at the beginning, and you're an astronaut or lady trying to get out of an area. I barely know anything about it, but yes.
Well, you pretty much got the gist of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, so that's what I remember kind of seeing it about, because I remember watching like when the PS5 was first announced. I was like, all right, cool. That looks like a cool game, Didn't really think nothing of it. And then a year later, of course, when it's free, because that's the best time to get any game. But I got it, and I was like, I haven't checked this game out, so let me check it out. And picked it up, played it for a couple days, and then I was like, I started to notice it. I was trying to like get an idea of what was going on with the story, because honestly, the gameplay is awesome. The bosses are fun, and of course, the soundtrack is amazing. Which you guys know I'm a sucker for the music stuff. But not only that, but there's so many layers to the story of that. And if you actually Chris, I know this is kind of where you fall off, so it's stick with me here. But the story stuff, like there's so much lore that gets revealed like in the I forgot how you discover it. I don't think it's stuff that you scan, but it's stuff that you actually, there's like hieroglyphics and all kinds of other stuff that you go throughout the universe and you discover. And then there's like other side quests that you go and reveal the story. And like I said, it's just like an onion, man. There's so many layers to the story. And the more you play, the more you start to like peel back those layers. And it was just super cool, man. Just super cool to have that experience to actually, and it's a very slow progress because one, you kind of have to know what's going on. It's one of those games like if you step away and you don't remember what's going on, you're going to be so lost. And you're like, this doesn't matter to me anymore, But cool little side fact, I remember listening to one of the boss soundtracks, like as you're, the boss music for, I think it's like the fourth boss that you play in that game. But honestly, the entire like atmosphere of that game, and then not only that, but that boss itself, it's actually they kind of like, how should I put this? They basically like based the score off of Blue Oyster Cult's "Don't Fear the Reaper," and which is like kind of like the premise of the song or the game. I mean, and it's just like I said, just a super cool game. And that's what I've been playing as of lately.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really like Returnal. I haven't beaten it yet. I've lately I've been jumping around a lot of different games, but what I like most about it is it's almost like a space shooter, like an arcade space shooter, but from a third person perspective, as opposed to like a top down, like a bullet hell space shooter.
Oh yeah,
and that's what I really enjoy about it. There's a couple things I don't necessarily like because the stuff that carries over when you die is extremely limited. Extremely limited. Like none of your progress, except for like it's one item and a couple like upgrades or whatever that carry over.
Yeah, like I think there's about like 6 upgrades total, but of course you have to like progress that far to actually get them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's funny because I was going through and I probably died about 4 or 5 times before I could actually like start to make like real progress. And it's one of those things, it's like once you get going, it's really hard to stop you, because it's one of those games. It's kind of like a grind to like get off the ground. But once you get off the ground, you're running. And it's like, okay, cool. I got the swing of this game, and
it is so heartbreaking though when you die, when you're like really in a good stride and you die. It's like, oh no, everything, all my parasites, all my weapons, my weapon upgrade.
Yeah,
like, and let me start over.
Yeah, dude, so that was what was going on. Like I had, that 4th or 5th, I guess the 6th live that I was going on. And I was going on for so long. I'm like, am I going to beat the game, And I almost, I can't remember if I did. And then I started over. Oh, that's what it was. I actually did beat one of the acts of that game because there's 3 different acts. And I did beat the act, but then you kind of have to start over again. And like as you play in the second act, you reveal more and more of the story, and then there's another 3rd act, and so on and so forth. But every time you finish an act, you start over. So I was like, damn man, I'm going pretty strong. I was like, did I beat it? I started going again, and it was that grind. I was like, dude, I'm like, I was getting my butt kicked. I was like, this is not where I want to be right now.
I don't think I could play that. That sounds heartbreaking. I would die once my first time through and just not go back.
Yeah, immediately. And it's like, well.
No, like I tried that game Dead Cells, and I played about 10 hours of it. I got okay into it, and then I get stuck on a level, and I just couldn't get past that level, and I'd die, have to go back and go through all the other levels, and I got burnt out on it immediately.
Yeah. I can see that. Well, I was gonna say it's kind of like Hollow Knight, but Hollow Knight you get a chance to go back and get your stuff.
Yeah.
And this one, you die, you kind of just get kicked in the nuts. That's about all you get.
Yeah.
Glad you guys like it.
You can find like other players if you're playing online. You can find other players' corpses, and you have the opportunity to try and kill whatever killed them. For like some like boost or whatever, and stuff like that, which is kind of neat.
Yeah,
because the whole premise of the game is that she's in this loop and she keeps dying over and over and over again. So, and then there's like this whole time aspect to it too. So it's like some of the corpses are from the past, but some of them are from the future, and it's all just different.
Yeah, it is really cool. I actually I'm trying to get either my brother or another buddy or Dave, if you're even willing to try it, I'll play it with you, but
I figure I should probably beat the game first before I play that. Are you talking about the multiplayer portion?
I don't know how that works because I haven't played multiplayer, so I don't know so I don't know if like the story progress. I was kind of looking like on Reddit if the story progression mattered, because someone had asked, they were like, hey, if this person has like the grappling hook, pretty much, like, can I still play with that person? And I think you can. The only thing that all those different items that you carry over is what they actually do is help you get to other areas so you can start scavenging for like more experience. And so you can level yourself up faster.
You can skip all the earlier stuff.
Yeah,
You don't have to go through and play all the earlier stuff over again.
Yeah, and
if you don't want to.
I mean, dude, I was all about that game. I like, and I still would be down to play it. I guess I just kind of like put it down, and I was like, okay, let me go try some, give something else a shot. My son, he was. I started playing Mario 64, and he was loving that, and he was like enjoying watching me get all the stars. So that was like as soon as I put that one down, I kind of picked that one back up and was trying to go. The first time I beat that game, Mario 64, was cheating and like, what was it, like a jump cancel up the stairs?
Oh yeah, backwards up the Bowser.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And that's how I beat that game. And I was like, you know what? I should probably like try to legit beat this game.
Yeah.
So I'm about 60 stars in now. So
nice.
I played through Mario 64 when it came out on that little 3D All Stars set, and it was just such a fun. I think we spoke about it before on the podcast. I don't know, it was so long ago, but it was such a fun blast from the past going through and getting all the stars and stuff. Because my sister and I had gotten the 64 for Christmas once upon a time, and then we spent our whole Christmas break playing Mario 64, taking turns getting stars and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really neat. I'll walk into my youngest son. He's 3. He likes playing Mario Odyssey. They have that assist mode, and it helps him. So he plays that all the time. But every now and then I'll walk in, and he's playing Mario 64. Really loving it. He can't get past the first world, but still, he likes running around the little kingdom and stuff, and that brings me back to when I was a kid playing Mario 64.
Oh yeah,
nostalgia hits.
Oh man, I like going back and playing those games. Like, you really have to learn how to navigate, because there's like so many ledges that you have to, and Mario doesn't turn on a dime, like how the new ones are. And so I had to go back and get used to that. I was getting so mad, like falling off, So
yeah, the camera in that game. This is what a lot of people said when that 3D All Stars came out. The camera in that game isn't meant to really be fiddled with. It's supposed to automatically go to the most ideal viewpoint, And everybody was like, "Oh, why can't I control the camera the way you can in other games?" It's like, well, I mean, you got to think this is an old game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, even like the second level, let me see, the second story of Bowser's Castle, like when you enter that that hallway with the mirror, like I'm sure like that, just the fact that they could get that reflection down, I'm pretty sure that was pretty like revolutionary for the time.
Oh yeah.
Because thinking about it, like we're trying to get Spider-Man to, or we're trying to see reflections off of the buildings that Spider-Man's on, like with ray tracing nowadays, So I can just imagine like how that was.
All right, Dave, what game are you playing?
Lately I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've finally gotten into that. And the reason why it's taken me so long is, well, for one, I wanted them to be able to work out all the bugs before I started playing it. And starting with Origins, I've had a problem where I've been behind on the series, because whenever the next one would come out, I'd rush through to play the current one. So for instance, Odyssey was about to come out, so I was rushing through to play Origins. By the time I 100% Origins, I'm burnt out. So I don't play Odyssey until the next one's about to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did before Valhalla came out, was I 100% at Odyssey. But now that they've announced the new, Mirage, which I think we're going to talk about later, I decided, you know what, it's time. It's been a couple years. It's time for me to play through. And I'm having a blast. I can see what people say where they're like, oh my God, this is kind of a slog.
Yeah.
because there is a lot in this game. I could see myself easily putting 200-300 hours into it.
Yeah.
You know, with all the add-ons and everything. And the way I like to play Assassin's Creed games is I like to do everything.
Oh
you
my
know?
God, that's too much,
Oh.
dude. Like,
Yeah.
I saw
not for
that.
me, my friend.
I know. I saw it for $20 today. It's on sale on the Xbox Game Store, and I thought, should I? It's $20. Then I thought to myself, well, you haven't even beat Origins. Like, you think you're gonna really get $20 out of it? So I just moved on.
You know
Yeah.
what's funny is I think it was like T-Mobile through your promotion that they had.
Yeah.
Like a week before Valhalla came out, they were doing like a $10 off promotion. Like it was like, hey, if you buy it through us, we partner with Ubisoft, whatever it was, and if you buy it through us, we'll do free shipping and we'll give you $10 off. And I was like, the game hasn't even come out yet. What do you mean? And so sure enough, I bought it. They never PS5 games, they didn't release at $70, did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
they did?
Yeah,
I don't
most
know.
of them.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what it was. It was a PS4 version, and then it upgraded to the PS5 like automatically. So that's how it was like $50.
Yeah, so it's like, because I had bought the collector's edition, because Assassin's Creed is one of those series where I buy the edition for all the statues and stuff. And at the time I bought the PS4 edition because I didn't have a PS5, but it's got that free upgrade. So I was like, and all the DLC and add-ons and stuff that I have already automatically get upgraded. And I was told by a buddy to wait to play it as well. That's why it took me so long not to play it on the PS4. But you know, the PS5 is probably the best place to play it.
Makes sense.
So that's what I did.
That's what I say, best way to play.
Yeah, one thing that kind of gets me about it is, and don't misunderstand, let me explain, like the main character, right? Ivor, it's a Viking character, and you can choose between, there's this feature where you can let the animus decide, or you can make the character female, or you can make the character male, right? Well, the character is supposed to be officially female. Okay? And there's no issue with that. But why do they do this thing where they did it with Odyssey as well? Why do they do this thing where they give you the option if one's official and one's not? You know? It's just kind of weird. Like if I'm playing around as the male Viking because I like the voice actor better or whatever, it's like all the characters refer to you as a she. Still, you know? And it's like, well, okay, well, if it's officially supposed to be the female version, then just make it the female version. But all the promotional art was of the male character. You know, it's just so weird. It was the same with Odyssey as well.
That is weird. I don't know. I like what they did with Syndicate, where you would play as both male and female, and one would have strengths and weaknesses in certain things, right?
Yeah, and they're both characters. You know, they're twins, and they're both in the game. And Odyssey kind of did the same thing, where whichever one you choose is your character, right? But then the other one is still in the game at a later point, you know? So it's like they just alternate positions depending on which one you choose. But why wouldn't they just make the one official? You know,
I don't know.
Because that annoys me as somebody who likes to collect the statues. It's like, well, now I got to buy a statue of each of them because you guys can't make up your mind. It's like all the promotional art is of the male character. If you wanted to be the female character officially, just make all the promotional art, just make it the female character. Nobody's going to complain about that.
You need to call it Ubisoft, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they'll listen to this podcast and then they'll never do it again.
Well, luckily, which I guess we'll get into later, for the next one, it's just one character. So it's like, good. Now I don't got to worry about buying 3 different statues.
That's what you think. They can always change it.
That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing Valhalla, which I've been really enjoying. Okay. I've also been playing, I got that Cowabunga collection. I played some of that. That NES Ninja Turtles game, that's definitely way more difficult than I remember. Which, I mean, it's notoriously hard, but I was like, people are overreacting. And then I played it and I was like, dude, I'm getting walloped here by Bebop and Rocksteady. This isn't cool.
Yeah, it's that Nintendo hard, man.
Yeah.
Get your money's worth.
Yeah, that's
What
true,
else?
man. That's what I was telling my wife about. I was like, that's why they make these games so hard. So you have to come back and keep playing them, keep playing, so you can, you know. But that's exactly what you're saying. That's how it was. That's what kept them playing. And you know, hey,
Well, that makes sense in an arcade setting because they want you to keep feeding your quarters into the machine, you know. But if you already own the game, it's like, you already got my money. Why are you making it so hard?
yeah, I thought I paid for it to be easy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, all right. What else you playing? Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's about it. I've been playing. I try to play Minecraft with my son pretty often, but that's fun. I like Minecraft. You know, it's a pretty good time.
Nice.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I have beat Ghost of Tsushima since the last we talked, and
Oh, nice.
I loved it. I was on a work trip up north just here a little ways, and I took every waking minute I had away from work to play Ghost of Tsushima, which ended up being quite a lot. And so I bought the director's cut, which came with the DLC. And so I'm fighting through everything, having a great time, you know, getting my guy or whatever his name is doing like really high levels and good armor. And then I get to this mission where it wants to take me on a boat. I was like, all right, I'll go on the boat. I'll go over there. And then about 10 hours into being over there, I realized I'm playing the DLC. So I beat the DLC before I beat the game, which was difficult, but I got really good over there. I got really good at the game playing the DLC part. I went back and then I wasn't able to beat the game on that work trip like I was trying to do, but I was able to come back and play another 4 hours and I got to beat it on stream. I think that's when my computer died and I was just streaming off the PlayStation 4. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima was awesome. If you haven't picked it up, pick it up. I really enjoyed it. Have you guys
tried
played
to
that?
tell you, you didn't want to listen to me.
I thought it was like a Souls game for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably thought it was like Sekiro or something.
Yeah, because those came out back-to-back years, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
And it really was like Assassin's Creed, but with samurais.
Yeah, dude, it was really good. It was really good. I really enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, they had the multiplayer beta thing that was going on a while back. And even though I was playing the tutorial of that, which was maybe like an hour, showing all the different characters that they plan on releasing, and I was actually enjoying that. I haven't picked that one up yet, but I was going to ask, did you play that on through like the PlayStation thing, or did you just buy the game outright?
I bought it. I bought it on disc for like $30. I bought it. Yeah, it's worth it. Worth it. Get the director's cut because you'll get a whole extra like 10 hours out of it, and it's a blast.
You know, Chris, I want. You know what, man? I'm going to have to make a sound clip of this after we're done with the podcast because
why's that?
I told you, and you were like, I don't know.
I say that about everything. Well, okay,
we'll see.
So
and now you're sitting here singing its praises. It's like, bro, I told you.
So I'm walking through the game store and I saw it on sale. I'm like, well, Dave said it's good, and the dude working the desk said it was really good. I'm like, all right, I'll play it. And then I was bouncing between God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Ghost of Tsushima. Well, I tried out God of War, and that's the game I'm playing right now, and I'll get to that in a second. And I didn't really like it at first, and then Horizon, it can't keep my attention, but Ghost of Tsushima, I put it in and I didn't take it out till I was done. Like, I absolutely loved it. I think I like the gore and the violence and the mechanics of it, the fast speed, and once you start getting when you're good at parrying, you're just a god.
Oh yeah, dude, you're unstoppable, and that's the best part.
It just felt great. So, but okay, let's get into God of War. Y'all are gonna hate me on this one. Not my favorite game. I'm not loving it. It's not hard. It's just like there's so much stuff. There's so many menus and things to unlock. When the game puts so much stuff in front of you, I don't like it. Like Ghost of Tsushima did it right. There was like I'm going back to like 2 months ago. I haven't played games in a while, but there was only so many menus, right? Like you upgrade your ghost abilities, you upgrade your armor, you upgrade like your accessories, right? God of War, there's so much crap. I have to upgrade my axe, upgrade the kid and his bow and his armor, and then I have like
Upgrade the
special,
kid.
yeah, Atreus or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Then you have to upgrade like potions or something. I don't really understand that part. There's like
Oh, like your special abilities.
yeah, okay, that's what it is. Yeah, and the game's fun. Like I'm getting okay at it, but Kratos is so slow. Like coming from Ghost of Tsushima to playing God of War, and timing my parries is difficult for me. And
You know, that is something that kind of struck me about this game. It's like, I don't know, I thought most of it was pretty intuitive. I'm going to admit that I haven't played it for a couple years. I'll probably do a quick playthrough right before the next one comes out. But that was something that did strike me, was kind of how slow Kratos was
yeah,
in this one. When in the older previous games, I know they were like a different style and all that, but he was fast.
okay.
You know, you were able to like roll around and, you know, sprint and do dash and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, so it's not just me,
Yeah.
and I'm not making stuff up in my head. All right, so
No, but you get used to it.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
do
at
I
least
want to
I
get
did.
used to it? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna
Dude,
get
it's
through
such a
it.
great game.
Yeah, I
Listen
don't.
to old Uncle Dave when he tells you it's a great game. All right,
All right,
I'm always
I
right.
finally have time to play. I haven't played a game since we played Ninja Turtles together. Like I really haven't sat down and played a game in that long. So give me some time this week. I will try to get most of the way through God of War. I think I'm about halfway as it is right now.
I think the customization stuff. The only, because I remember like my first playthrough, I really didn't mess with a whole lot of things until you started like earning a lot better of like what is it, like gauntlets and
Yeah.
gauntlets, axe handles, blade handles, all that stuff. You know, but I pretty much had like the same build throughout like the first third of that game.
Okay.
And then, because you know, there was like certain, and of course it depends on your play style, I guess. But there was like certain armor that I'm like, okay, this kind of outshines everything else, so I'm not going to switch that. Or this handle outshines everything else, or this one has this boost. You know what I mean? You know, and it was just, it might be different because I was just kind of like taking it, like I was taking my time going through that game and just trying to do like all the side stuff before I did all the main things. So I'm not sure how you're doing it.
I don't either.
And
I just go to the next spot.
yeah. Get on the boat, boy.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
But,
I'll finish it up and I'll let you guys know how I feel. If you guys want, you can look back a couple of my streams and see where I'm at. I think it was the last thing I played was God of War. So
yeah,
you can see where I am.
Well, one of the bigger complaints that I had about that one was the lack of enemies. Honestly, like because there was a lot of, like, after a while there was a lot of the same enemies that you ended up facing, maybe just like a little bit stronger or a little bit like, what is it, their levels were higher.
Same enemy
like,
skins reused over and over again, like the trolls, you know.
Okay.
Exactly. And so I was like, man, like I'm used to like the other God of Wars, which I don't, Dave, I don't know if you saw that, but they just released God of War Ascension on the PlayStation thing, the PlayStation Plus stuff. I need to go back and play that.
Are you talking about the streaming one?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I tried it when I did the upgraded PlayStation Plus, and I think I spoke to Chris about this at least, but you can't stream a game like that, man. It has to be like a 1-to-1 ratio because there's like lag and the game's trying to catch up. And I put like 30 minutes into it and I was like, dude, I can't do this. I'd be better off pulling out the PS3 and dusting it off, you know?
Because I was doing that with Castlevania. What did I stream? What was I don't know how familiar you guys are with the PS3 Castlevania, but it was, I can't even remember what the subtitle was, but I was doing that. And the quality didn't look good, and I was just kind of chalking it up to, all right, it's a PS3
But
game.
Shadow Lords, is that what it's called? Lords of Shadow?
It might, yeah, I think that might have been it. But that I don't know. I was kind of chalking it up. It was a little bit like a little bit pixelated. Most of the time I have like I'm probably about like 10 to 15 feet away from my modem. So I don't know if you guys are like upstairs or downstairs. Or no, most of the time like I have my Wi-Fi like plugged in directly to my PS5. But yeah, so I don't know if that took into any effect of Ascension, but I'll have to check it out. But yeah, lack of enemies on the newer one. But did you guys want to get into the new trailer and all that stuff?
Yeah, sure, man. Let's talk about God of War
Okay.
right now.
Yeah. So,
Bro.
Dave, what did you think?
Bro.
Hold on.
I can't wait.
Did you guys see the controller at first and get upset like I did? Like, you're not going to show me gameplay? You're just going to show me a goddamn PS5 controller? That's
I was at work when it came out, so I didn't get a chance to watch it live. So I mean, I saw I saw about the controller and I saw about the trailer like hand in hand.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't get tricked or anything. But
I was mad for like, I don't know, like a couple seconds because I was like, I'm never gonna buy a PS5, so I don't want this controller. You better show me gameplay. And then obviously they did, but
it looks great, dude.
yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Like knowing what so like referencing Thor and Marvel, you know, like how no one can pick up Mjolnir, you know. The fact that when like Kratos threw his hammer at Mjolnir and they just kind of like stuck in the air together, I was like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
That was so cool, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot. Exactly my complaint. I feel like there's going to be a lot more diverse characters, or you know, a lot more enemies to fight. And that was another thing that I was kind of upset about in the first one, was the fact that, so going back to the first 3 God of Wars, there were so many like finishing moves that were like unique. They were gory.
They were unique to each enemy.
Yeah,
know?
Exactly. And it was like, dude, that is so cool, man. And so that's one thing that the coolest like finishing move, which you actually had to stun the enemy in the new God of War, which that one I understood, but I didn't get it because a lot of the time you either kill them, you're either stunning like the fodder, like the Draugr enemies, or you're just outright killing them. So there's no in between with like some of the, I forgot the wolf guys. I forgot what their name is called, but and then the dark magic witches. You know, there's no in between. You're either gonna kill them, or you're getting killed. There's no stunning them. Or if there is, oh, you know what? No, I'm wrong. If you do stun them, you do like the little you know, where you pretty much take a chunk of their health away. But it's very rare that you kind of have to be aiming for that to get them low on health, stun them, and then do an actual finishing move. And so that was my complaint with a lot of those, because there was not a lot of like cool finishing moves. The coolest one was like with the wolf, where if you actually like stun him, like you take the bottom of his jaw and you rip it down, and it takes off like skin of his like stomach, and it was like, dude, that's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope they add more of that in the next one.
Nice.
So I'm gonna say, you know, I'm gonna throw another, you know, Dave was right in there. It's like I knew it wasn't going to get delayed again.
Well, hold on.
I told you.
Don't say never.
About a month and a half away.
Yeah.
Hey, man. It's pretty much gold at this point, man.
Okay, well, they said the same thing
I got that
Cyberpunk.
collector's edition. Oh, Cyberpunk is different.
How?
Because I don't know, man.
Yeah, it take 9 years to release.
Yeah.
By like a fourth party studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that collector's edition pre-ordered, dude. It comes with the Mjolnir replica.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty exciting stuff, man.
Yeah. It honestly looks like a lot of fun. I think they're going to implement like the Blades of Chaos, like different fighting styles and stuff, like even more. The only thing that's really going to upset me is if they try to actually like kill off Kratos and like continue the God of War series.
I was expecting it in the last one, honestly.
Oh, really? I don't. Dude, I don't think you can go on from there. I'm not saying that you can. You can't. You can, but I don't think you're gonna do as good
Yeah. Here's my
without
prediction:
Kratos.
is they don't kill him off on this one, but they're gonna hurt him like pretty good, and Atreus is gonna have to like fix him in the third one. So you're gonna like play as Atreus, and maybe Kratos towards the end, and then they'll kill off Kratos at the very end of the third one.
But as long as they don't do him like Joel, then we're good.
Dude, for real. I was just thinking that too.
Because I was like, I had that same complaint. I was like, they could have injured Joel like Last of Us.
Yeah, it could have been different. I was like, that was so unsettling too to watch when I played that. I was just like, ooh.
Yeah. Are you gonna get the remaster, Part 1 remaster?
Oh no, I will not be.
I was like, I just beat this game like 4 times before.
Yeah, I know. I've already bought it twice on 2 different platforms. How many more times do you want me to buy and play this thing? I don't even like the game that much.
You're trying to do Resident Evil 4. Pull that one. Oh man.
That God of War controller, right? I think it looks cool, but I think it might be kind of a waste. Because they're coming out with that new Pro controller. Yeah. The official Sony Pro controller as well. So it's like, well, why? Who logically, I think, is going to want to buy this unless their current controller breaks, before the new one comes out.
How much is it? $60?
I think 70 is what
70?
the controllers are going for.
Wait,
which one? The God of War one or the Pro?
God of War.
Oh,
the Pro is going to be like 100, 120.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that they had a controller. I mean, it looks cool. The color scheme, I don't know. It's not really doing it for me. It's cool.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, it's just I didn't really think it looked all that great, but I don't know. But Dave, they make it for people like you, for you that collect everything. That's who they make.
Yeah,
it
but
for.
I don't collect things like that. Like I just bought a purple PlayStation 5 controller. I'm not going to turn around and buy another one.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right, you guys just want to jump into the state of play?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just going to say I don't think there was too much that I took away from the state of play, so I'll just kind of follow you guys' lead.
All right.
On that one.
Well, the only other thing I want to talk about is the Rise of Ronin. If you guys saw that trailer, but that's like a 2024 game. I think that's coming out. So I know it's not coming out anytime soon, but it's basically Ghost of Tsushima with guns, which look cool to me.
So here's the difference here, and this is where this might throw you for a bit of a loop. This is one of those Team Ninja games, so this is going to be considerably more difficult than Ghost of Tsushima.
It'll be an easy mode. Don't worry about me, Dave.
Are we sure? Are we sure about that? Because
we'll see. I don't buy anything day one, and I'm going to let you pay for it.
That is true.
And then if you like it, then I'll consider it. But just the trailer looked awesome.
Here's the thing. I buy things day one, but I don't play it until day, 782.
That makes a lot of sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's pay everything for it.
I think I'm doing things backwards.
Yeah, I think you are. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's free now? Time for me to play the $80 collector's edition I bought.
Yeah. All right, well, it's up to you to let me know if it's good, but we'll see. That's the only thing I saw in the state of play that I liked. So, Mike, you got it?
They mentioned that like the PlayStation Stars program, which I don't 100%.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which I don't 100% understand. I guess maybe it's like a rewards or something.
Dude, this is what I've been saying for years, and I'm surprised they actually did this. So yeah, like you earn like PlayStation currency towards PlayStation items for earning trophies, like, right?
Yeah, I think. I hope it's not some kind of weird NFT thing.
Oh, could be.
No, I think, and that's what I've been saying. I know people were like, well, they're never going to do that because it's, it's pretty much giving away free money. And well, it's like, well, dude, what is the point of earning a platinum, like other than bragging rights, because me and my buddy, like back in high school, we used to do that. Back, like, oh, we got to race to whoever's got the most platinums. He ended up buying like 40 games and he got like 30 platinums, and I was like, all right, dude, you got it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play that much. I enjoy games. I got like 15, but that's about it. But
I'm up to 132.
Jesus Christ.
yeah, dude, you got it. You have it. But
I don't know
but
if I should be proud or embarrassed.
Half and half.
yeah, a bit of both. But I mean, honestly, I think that would be a good, hey, and now if they really wanted to, they can make a lot of hey, here's like a $5 gift card, or $5, 500 PlayStation points, whatever.
Yeah.
For this ridiculous, there's a trophy on World at War on the PlayStation 3 that you had to, there was a mission where you needed to assassinate or pretty much shoot this general, but he's like 150 meters away from you. But he starts driving off, and normally you shoot him with like a sniper or whatever, but this trophy, it calls to shoot him with a pistol. And I was trying to get my platinum on World at War. I never did, but I got this trophy. And so I shot him, spent hours, or at least a good 2 to 4 hours trying to get that trophy. So I feel like something like that, they could, if someone is willing to go through hours of putting in time for this game, hey, here's $1 or here's $5 worth of PlayStation points, so that way you can put it towards your next game. I think that's the perfect incentive.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. I think Nintendo did something similar to that.
Yeah,
the only used to do something similar to that too.
Yeah,
I think
the only problem with Nintendo is it's like you can buy stickers to customize your profile. It's like no one cares about that because, not that. And Chris, I think I saw you online when I was playing 64 the other day, but I honestly, I don't think there's a big, it's not like you're getting off of work, to go, or even high school, even, it's not like you're getting off of school or getting off of work and, who's on the Nintendo Switch? That's something you play like during class or, like during lunch, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or on the plane.
And so, you know what I mean? To me, that's where I feel like Nintendo really has to step its game up as far as, I don't think they will, just because I get it, they cater to a younger audience, but it's like, man, if they could get in the same motion as like Xbox, PC, or PlayStation, they could probably make some really killer games.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's just so many things that I think Nintendo should do different. Like, just talking about this, or if we want to get into the Nintendo Direct right now, we can. Like, where was Wind Waker and what's that other game? All the Metroid games. Like, all these things that all they had to do was port it over to the Switch. It was already an HD version picked up from the Wii U. Like, I would have bought that stuff day one.
That's the thing that just always confounds me about Nintendo. It's like there's an outcry. People want it.
Mm-hmm.
They want it. Yeah. They want to pay you for it.
Yeah.
Just put it out,
Yeah.
But they come out with all this crap also, which is so weird. It's like, I don't think anybody is asking for this.
Yeah.
Like,
how many Kirby games do we need in 2022? Like I don't want to play Kirby. Like,
and it's a remake of an old Kirby game. Right? So it's like, dude, why not remake these old Zelda games?
Yeah.
Like, where's this Metroid Prime trilogy? It's like everybody wants it.
Yeah, I'll pay for it.
I mean, I don't want it personally, but I mean, everybody else does.
Yeah, I want Wind Waker pretty bad. Mikey. But
I would love to play Wind Waker and Twilight Princess again.
Dude, Twilight Princess would be awesome. Well, dude, Twilight Princess would be so, like, how graphically, I guess, pleasing, how, like, or graphically ahead that was. Because that came out 2006?
Yeah, 6 or 7. Yeah.
Yeah, and that, like, I was so down for it because, coming from, like, Ocarina of Time, like, that was a step in the more realistic direction.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool,
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And then like Wind Waker came out, and it was, I think, a lot like there was a little bit of like, what is this? You know, why did you step back?
Initially, it was weird with the cell shade stuff, but people,
but
it really grew on people.
Yeah, exactly,
after.
and it's appreciated now. And then of course, and then they had Twilight Princess a couple years later, and you know, I remember like, dude, I could play that game like 3 or 4 times, which I already have, but you know, and then Twilight Princess was like a weird hybrid between Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, if they could just step it in the right direction, which there's people on YouTube that have made fan made what is it, like Unreal Engine 6 or 5 or whatever it is, and they remaster like the Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you know, people would be throwing money at you if you did something like that. And it's, you know, you're totally capable. You're a big company. It would just be so welcomed by the fans. I don't know why they don't do it.
And it's like I've said it before, but I mean that's the thing about Nintendo, though, man. They march to their own freaking drum, dude. They don't care what anybody wants or doesn't want. They're going to do whatever they want. You know, it's like when Shigeru Miyamoto came out on the Direct, and everybody's like, "Oh, what's he going to talk about?" And it's Pikmin 4.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, cool. I mean, I like Pikmin. I love the first 2 games on the GameCube. But it's like, bro, this is the big dog at Nintendo. He's talking about a Pikmin mobile app and then Pikmin 4.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like, and then it's like, why did they do Skyward Sword? Was it earlier this year or last year? Where it's like,
the
why Skyward Sword out of all the games that everybody wants to play? Why that one?
I honestly kind of forgot about that one.
I think maybe it didn't get enough love since it came out on the Wii U, right? It came out on the Wii, and I don't know, maybe it didn't get enough attention. They thought it needs more, so I don't know. That's my only thought.
It sounds kind of backwards to me, It's like, let's remake the least popular of the 3D era Zeldas.
That's Nintendo.
Yeah.
Man. Like, why would they drop the Mario All-Star 3D All-Stars and then not let you buy it anymore? Why would they make that a limited time? What do they care when I buy it? I don't get that.
That was so strange, that Mario anniversary thing. It's like, because there was that was it that multiplayer Mario 99?
Yeah,
it was like, yep, only available this month.
Yeah, I didn't even play it because I was like, I'm not gonna play a game that that I like, and then I'm not gonna be able to play it in 3 months. Why would I waste my time on getting good at this? So I didn't even try it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's so weird. It's like, hey, should we release a new Donkey Kong? No, how about here's some indie, Japanese game. Suck on that for a while.
There was, I gotta say, this Nintendo Direct had a lot of JRPGs.
Yes.
And some farming simulators, which, I mean, you come to expect a lot of that stuff from Nintendo, right? But let me look at my notes real quick. What was
one, not like one of each. Not okay. Octopath Traveler 2, fine. And then there's like 3 or 4 other ones. And then how many farming simulators were there? I think there was 4. I don't even think.
There was a bunch of those Harvest Moon type games on there. Now, Octopath Traveler 2 looks cool. I like the first one, and this one's actually coming to the other consoles as well. So I'm probably looking forward to that one. Tunic was another game I looked at on the Direct that I'm like, that was vaguely on my radar.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, I do want to get that, and that comes out later this month.
Do you know about that game?
Yeah, isn't it like I vaguely know about it? It looks like almost like a Link's Awakening.
Yeah, it starts off like a Zelda game, and then it completely changes. Like it's just
really?
a game to fuck with you. That's the point of it. It just fucks with you.
That sounds fun. I like being fucked with sometimes,
The Angry Video Game Nerd, the spin-offs with Mike and I forgot the other guy's name.
James and Mike Mondays?
Yeah, James and Mike Mondays. They did... No, it wasn't James. It was a larger guy.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
They did a review on it, and they were just at a whole podcast, like an hour, talking about Tunic, and they liked it.
I'll have to check that out.
They were sort of disappointed. I think that came out when I moved, so...
Yeah, it was on Steam first. and now it's coming to consoles.
It's on Xbox. It's been on Game Pass for a while because I played the first 10 minutes
Oh,
of
okay.
it, and so yeah, it's okay. You should try it. You know, tell me how you like it. But
Yeah, I'll check that out.
all right.
Oh, another thing from the Nintendo Direct, at least for me, and I think that's the last thing I got from it, but Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion.
Yeah.
It's a remaster of the PSP Final Fantasy VII spinoff. I'm not going to buy that on Switch. I already got my wife pre-ordered the PS5 version for me for Christmas because it comes out in December. So I'm really excited about that. I loved that game. That's
Nice.
probably my favorite PSP game. But really excited to play that one again. But I
Nice.
know you guys don't really have much interest in Final Fantasy.
Someone gave me Final Fantasy VII, so I'm gonna have to play it eventually.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's sitting right here. I'll start it probably after God of War. So
Nice.
about 2 or 3 weeks from now, I'll start streaming it for you, just for you.
All right, thank you.
I love. Let me see. I watched my older brother, play Final Fantasy VII, so I can't say there's like a nostalgia thing to it. I kind of know what was going on in the story, but then one that I actually played with my brother was 10 and then 10-2. So those ones, the fact that they have those on stream also, like I want to go back and play those, and those are awesome.
Yeah, they were good. They were good. I enjoyed those ones. It's just Final Fantasy VII will always have a more of a place in my heart.
Oh yeah.
Than others.
Gotcha.
But is there anything else from the Direct that you guys?
Yes, the biggest thing y'all are missing, 007 GoldenEye.
Yes,
finally
there's a
coming
bunch
out.
of new N64 games coming to that Switch Online.
Oh yeah, that
well.
too. I didn't see Donkey Kong 64, so that's a little disappointing. But we
Isn't
did
it
get
already on there.
No, it's
or
not.
is that
Otherwise,
Banjo?
Banjo. I'm not gonna play Banjo on there because I have Banjo on Xbox. But anyways,
I was thinking, right? It's like, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to get this out there. This with the Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2, right? Now, I had those games on the Nintendo 64 back in the day. And what you had to do was there was a little pack for your controller that you could put your Game Boy game in, and you could transfer your Pokemon party into Pokemon Stadium so you could actually play with your Pokemon on it.
Yeah.
How's that supposed to work with the Switch Online?
It's not.
So what, you're supposed to play with the loner Pokemon, the loser ass loner Pokemon from the stable on the game?
I don't know. They're working on Pikmin 4 too much. Yeah.
You get what you get and accept it.
Yeah. All right. So GoldenEye is coming out on Nintendo, Switch, and Xbox, but you cannot play multiplayer on Xbox. So
you cannot play online multiplayer on Xbox.
Okay. Well, I don't bring my friends over and play video games with them anyways.
Well, maybe you should.
Okay, so this is a weird thing about me in video games. I hate playing split screen. I hate it. Like if I can,
yeah, but
I won't.
But with GoldenEye, bro,
it's because you got screen watched.
Yeah, but okay, so
screen peeked.
So when we play this online, if the three of us do get GoldenEye and we play online, our screens will be on your screen. Like they're gonna mirror it. Like I'm not gonna just see mine. I will see like if it's 3-player. I will see 3 screens. I will see your screen. Yeah.
Well, now that is super weird. I did not catch that. I thought it was just going to be you could either do it couch co-op or you could do it online multiplayer on the Switch.
I could be completely wrong, but what I understood is when they emulate it, it's going to emulate everything. Just like when you play Mario Kart. Like, so I guess if you play Mario Kart 64, like online multiplayer, you can see the other person's screen. It splits the screen in half, and you see what they're seeing, and vice versa.
Well, with Mario Kart, that's kind of part of the game is screen peeking. It's even in the manual. So that I could see.
Yeah.
Like they that's like a tip in the manual. It's like, hey, are you having trouble? Well, take a peek at your buddy's screen. It's like, dude, that's a punishable offense nowadays, man. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, well, I guess they
getting punched about that in Halo.
Heck yeah, I got hit so many times. I ain't gonna quit. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, if we could do that, do like a little stream playing GoldenEye.
I would like that. I'd like that a lot, actually.
That means I'm gonna have to double dip because I'm gonna play it on my Xbox, and I think I'm gonna stream the online or the single player all the way through because
Nice.
that's
So-
nostalgia for me.
Does anybody have the family Switch online plan or whatever?
No.
Yes.
Dude. Or did I text you this already?
Yeah.
You did,
You
and I
did.
kind of strategically ignored it.
Yeah, because you
Dude,
put it
I'm
out to
trying
the
to-
chat.
I'm so wanting to, because dude, it's like $80, and I even asked like my sister and my brother. I was like, "Hey, would you guys want to split this with me?" And my sister was like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, "Dang, it's gonna be like $40." I was like, "Anybody else want to split it with me?"
Dude, why
Well,
don't
I mean,
you just...
I did the 80. I got both my kids on it. I got me and my wife on it. I got my mom and my sister on it. You know,
Oh yeah,
so maybe I could get you a slot, but
got one
I
left.
have to. You don't get the family discount though, dude. You're gonna have to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you just get your own online? Like, it's like $50 a year.
I know. I'm just being cheap.
Yeah,
That's
you
all.
are. Come on.
Oh, and Mikey, don't let Chris give you a hard time about being a cheap ass. All
Hold
right?
on. There's times to be cheap and times to not. And when you're buying online crap, it's not time to be cheap.
I just gotta
There's
say
no-
though, I think as a service that Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion, I think is worth it. I just figured with so many people, you know, in the family to get it, like the family plan was absolutely 100% the way to go.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
with your family all spread out like that plays games, it makes sense. But the only two really playing games is my youngest son and me, and I. But
Yeah.
he's only playing Mario Odyssey. He rarely adventures out of that game. And if he does, it's to play like Mario 3D World for 10 minutes, and then there's no easy mode, so he can't get any further. Like, weird that he's my kid, right? But the my wife never really plays, and my parents aren't gonna play, so
Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense for you to get the family plan. So
Oh, what did you guys think? I guess kind of bounce around. Were you guys done with the
Oh.
direct and everything?
yeah, sure. What do you want to talk about?
I was because I had barely just seen the Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about Mirage.
Ooh,
And-
before we move on, guys, we forgot to mention Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was the big thing from
We didn't
the
forget
Direct.
F that game. I don't want anything to do with it.
Oh, okay
Well,
then.
This is my thing. I like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed I don't even remember the previous game.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. What's it called? It was a cool game, don't get me wrong. I just think compared to other Zelda games, like, it was kind of lacking a bit of personality.
That is the thing. 100%, I agree. Because I like the older Formula Zelda games. If they turn it into a wide open world game where you have zero direction and all your equipment breaks, and every time you try to climb up a cliff, it's going to rain and you're going to fall back down the cliff, that's not
Yeah.
super fun for me.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, I was kidding.
I-
I am looking forward to this game, but I agree. I noticed there wasn't a wheel. What do you call that? A
stamina wheel?
Yeah, stamina wheel. I noticed there wasn't one there. So maybe they just fixed that issue. But if they fix the rain
maybe.
climbing issue too, that'd be great. But
Or at least give you gloves to counteract it. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, like
Yeah.
an unlockable. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Like, it, I don't know. That just, to me, there's a lot of because that you got to think about it. There's a lot of climbing in that game.
Yeah.
There's no hook shot. There's no way to really get around it. You know, so if sometimes you got to climb, dude, you got to climb. And then and
You better hope
registered-
there's a cliff you can rest on before you get to where you're going or fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or,
And it
you know,
was-
knowing my luck, every single time I try to climb a cliff, rain clouds move in. And it's like, well, okay, I just wasted the last 20 minutes of my life trying to climb up this freaking mountain.
Yep.
And then I died from the length of fall that I fell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was cool, don't get me wrong. And I enjoyed like the puzzles, like the what was it, the ancient beasts.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed that, and I was anticipating the direction of the story going somewhere else than what it actually did. But it started off really cool, and I was kind of like, what was the last Ganon? What was his name? Phantom Ganon or something?
Oh, I don't remember. Calamity Ganon.
Yeah, Calamity Ganon. And it was like, that's cool, but it's like, man, just again, you go back to Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, even Skyward Sword, where it's it's disguised as somebody else, which I guess it kind of went with like Twilight Princess vibes, but it was like a type of Ganon, and it was just like, I don't know, it lacked personality. I thought the story was going to go somewhere else than what it did, and I really hope this one, since it is a sequel, that's where I was kind of like, you know what I mean? But who knows? I could be wrong. They could really impress me with this one.
I think they will. I think it'll be good. I'm not gonna buy it day one, obviously, but Nintendo games never go on sale, so
Yeah, so you may as well.
Yeah,
we'll see. I got to get through so many other games now, but I'm starting to stock more and more games, and my backlog is getting super long. So,
Bro, GameStop's got a 4 for $20 sale for like PS4 games. I've bought like 16 PS4 games that I'll probably never play.
Well, PS4 game's easy for me to say no to, because if I can get it on Xbox, I'm not getting it on PS4.
Well, they also have the Xbox sale as well.
Ah, shit. I'm just not going to go to GameStop. Damn it. I'm probably going to go tomorrow. I know myself. 4 for 20? Like,
used. They're used.
Right.
But yeah.
But they're not anything brand new, right? Like, you might get...
I don't know. I think last time I bought a batch of them, I think the lady at the GameStop made a mistake. She took the empty case from my hand and gave me a shrink-wrapped brand new copy of one of the games. I can't remember which one it was. I want to say it was Neo or something.
All right.
But I was like, oh, okay.
Whatever.
I mean, I'm not going to complain.
No.
Yeah.
It's the same game either way, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. What's next? What are we moving on to? I'll pull up my notes. Oh, Assassin's Creed. All right, we didn't really get into that. All right, so there's Codename Red, and then there's Mirage. There's also 2 others, but one's a mobile and one is not for a long time. And there's also an interface. Infinite is like the interface. So I don't even want to talk about that. I just want to talk about Red and Mirage. But
so anyway, Chris, Jade. Codename Jade, yes, it is a mobile-only game. It's a mobile multiplayer game. Takes place in ancient China. Codename Hexe sounds really interesting because it looks like it's going to take place in medieval Europe during the witch hunts.
Okay, that really sounds cool, but that's not coming out till like 2024.
Yeah, not for a long time.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
And I did actually, I was just kind of being a smartass earlier, but I did want to talk about Assassin's Creed Infinite. Really quick, because I think it's actually kind of interesting. They say it's not a launcher for like the Assassin's Creed series, but it really looks like one. And apparently now this is where like the multiplayer stuff will be hosted. This is where all the modern day storyline of the games will be.
Yeah.
This is where the home for that will be from now on, which I think is interesting. So now like the regular games, like the mainline games in the series, those will be all set in the past. So no more of the Animus type stuff.
If you
want.
No
more switching between Desmond or whoever the modern day protagonist is. You know,
if you want that,
want to go to Infinite and interact with that stuff. So I'm interested, and they said it'll be an ever evolving thing.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed series, and I have been since the first one. So it's like I am looking forward to seeing what that all entails when it does come out.
Yeah.
So I did want to mention that before we moved on.
Okay.
Well, my only problem with the Infinite idea, it sounds really cool, and so many people have pitched that idea with other games that, hey, we're gonna do something that's supposed to collaborate with this, and it's gonna merge so well, and it's gonna do this and do that. And a lot of the times, what ends up happening is it falls through.
Yep.
So it sounds cool. Just and who knows? I mean, not to sound pessimistic, but hopefully everything goes well and it'll actually like progress like with the current story that they're trying to tell, and that'll be really cool if it does. I think it'll because then like you said, you can go to modern times and see what's going on with the current game that you're playing and stuff. Just hopefully it doesn't fall through and get pushed to the wayside, and then it's kind of like then us as the players, you kind of get left with like being only told like 3/4
Part
of
of
the
the
story
story.
or
Yeah.
half of the story. Yeah, so it's hopefully that doesn't fall through.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Uh,
I'm cautiously optimistic, and you're absolutely right. It's like it could definitely just fizzle out within a year or two, But I'm cautiously optimistic, and I think the fan base of Assassin's Creed is big enough that they'll kind of push Ubisoft into like, hey, fix this or fix that.
Yeah.
well, and
You
it
know.
sucks, man. It's like a lot of these big companies, like Ubisoft or Activision or Bungie. Like they have all these cool ideas that comes from the fans, like the fans of the games, and it could be developers of the games that also happen to be fans of what they make.
I would hope so.
Yeah, well, I mean, but with the corporations and the way like they have to keep their wheels turning, they're
Yeah,
thinking,
that's the problem.
so there's a disconnect, and it's like, dude, this would be like on paper, it sounds awesome. I'm sure with like the perfect execution, this would be fun. But hey, we got to please the
Pencil
stockholders.
neck bean counters.
Yeah, dude. So it's like,
Stupid.
you end up getting left with like half a game, and it's I feel like that's what Call of Duty has suffered from. I mean, there's a lot of games that have suffered from that, but
Didn't Call
hopefully
of
it's-
Duty used to have that? What was that called? There was like a program that almost sounds similar to what this is. The Call of Duty, and this was back in the PS3 days, but it was some kind of program similar sounding to this, but that fizzled out.
yeah, like not League, like a mobile. Well, wasn't it? No, because I'm thinking of like mobile. I'm not sure. I guess.
Yeah, I'll
I
have
know.
to look into that. But
Well, I know for like Black Ops 4, specifically zombies, I know they were talking about like, hey, we're going to come up with this idea of factions where as you progress through each map and each story, and as you start, there's going to be different daily challenges and weekly challenges and monthly challenges, so you can start earning progression towards a certain faction. And it was basically like kind of how in Infinite Warfare, like how that game was with the different classifications. Like, hey, I'm with this group of people, and so I'm earning experience and getting their weapons and their camos and their skins, blah blah blah. And so it's supposed to be something like that, but one, because zombies is like a secondary mode, and it kind of got just swept under the rug. It was one of those things where it's like, dude, that would have been so much cool or so much better if if it actually would have like pulled through. So like I said,
I mean,
would
that
hope.
also could have been because maybe there wasn't participation from the fan base as well. I mean, and if the thing's not making money, then by all means, cank it. Why waste resources on it?
Yeah,
What I'm saying?
exactly.
And I'm just thinking, from the business standpoint, but also it's like, why focus so much effort somewhere where it's not being appreciated?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's a give and get type of situation. So hopefully, if it has a good solid foundation, I think that's like a big important thing. Like even if they don't make it for this next game, like with Mirage, which I don't know if you guys know if they are or they aren't.
I don't think
But-
they are. I don't think that Mirage is going to be fully integrated into it, or at least I don't think Infinite will be out by the time Mirage comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's what I was gonna say. Like it definitely should be, it should have its time taken. It should not be rushed, and that's I've seen that happen so many times. Where it's rushed and it's just a lot of bugs, or there's a lot of features that are missing or that were cut and that would have been like very organic to the original idea. And it's kind of like, okay, just take your time. Like the fans would appreciate so much more of the product that you're releasing if you would have just taken your time than rushing it to meet quotas or meet sales or whatever. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and I'm not trying to be a pessimist here, but it is Ubisoft that we're talking about. So chances are it's going to be a buggy mess when it comes out.
100%.
I mean, there's not going to be much you can do about it. It's like every
Bears
single
are
one of
gonna
their
be-
games is a buggy mess, when it comes out.
bears spawning from the sky and
Yeah, see, falling through the floor.
Yeah. That's why you don't buy the game day one.
No, that's why you buy it day one, but then you wait to play it until they iron out all the bugs.
Well, I got so much
Right?
catching up to do on other games. By the time I get to the game, it'll be like year 2.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Well, that's like me with Valhalla.
yeah.
The game's been out for 2 years now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still waiting to pick up Odyssey. I won't.
Yeah, I won't either.
But
I sunk over 200 hours into that game, dude.
God, that's too much. I
did all the DLC. I did everything.
I do want to play Mirage because it feels like a different Assassin's Creed game. I feel it. I could be wrong, but I feel like this game's going back to the original version of like the original Assassin's Creed.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, so
and that's why I'm so excited about it.
This whole open world thing is great, but I don't always want to play that. Like sometimes I just want a linear-ish game. And
as much as I love Origins, Odyssey, and so far Valhalla, it's like, they're great games. I really like them. I love all the open world and you can explore and do all this stuff. They didn't ever really feel like Assassin's Creed games because it's like an RPG. It's like, I want to be able to, if I can, sneak around, not fight a single enemy, and jump down and stab this dude in the back of the head with my hidden blade, and then get out of there as quick as I can. I don't want to sit here and fight an entire Viking village because I got to raid it to get supplies for my settlement. It's like, if I'm going to be an assassin, I want to be an assassin. If I'm not, then why call it Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm super excited about Mirage.
Yeah. And I'm also excited about that Prince of Persia remake, Sands of Time. I hope that comes out soon because, Prince of Persia was the lead up to Assassin's Creed, and I never got to play that game.
Yeah.
Or I never did. I got the chance, I just never played it. But this and also Mirage is going back to Baghdad, which is kind of the Middle East where the first Assassin's Creed was taking place.
Yeah, I think the first one took place in Cyprus, if I remember correctly. Yeah. But what's cool about this one is you're playing the main character that you're playing. It's just one. You don't have to worry about a million statues, or I don't anyway.
Yep.
Right. But it's Basim. So he's a character in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So this takes place I think 20 years before the events of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, that's pretty neat. So am I going to have to play Valhalla to get the storyline?
I mean, I haven't finished Valhalla yet, so I don't know.
Just say yes, so he'll
tell you.
I'm not going to. I will watch a YouTube video on it.
Well, if anything, this takes place before Valhalla, so technically, I guess you wouldn't want to play Valhalla before then anyway. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't beaten Valhalla yet, but I am looking forward to Mirage very much.
Did they give a release date other than 2023 on Mirage?
I don't think so. But the collector's edition is up for pre-order, so that makes me think it'll be soon.
It was like $140 or something for the collector's edition.
What do you get?
There's a statue, a steelbook, a little brooch replica. I want to say an art book and maybe a soundtrack as well. It's pretty standard fare for an Assassin's Creed collector's edition. They usually come with a statue and some of that other stuff.
Okay. I'm looking at it now.
How do you have the room for all this stuff?
I was gonna say.
Well, I have to cycle things out, honestly. I actually just put some stuff back into storage to make room for some other stuff.
Man. What you got in storage? Maybe I'll pay for it.
I'd have to look, bro. I'll let you know, though.
I still got that poster you gave me. That
Yeah?
Gears of War 3. Yeah. It's hanging up in
Nice.
my garage.
Nice. Glad you still got it.
100%. I'll never get rid of it. All right, so we're pumped about
Meanwhile,
Assassin's
Mikey's
Creed.
quiet because he got rid of that zombies poster that I gave
No,
him.
did you?
No, I did not.
No, I'm just playing.
That's still in,
Yeah.
that's still in my possession. Dude, I love that thing, and it's like holographic. No, I'm same. I'm
And
not
glow
getting
in the
rid of it.
dark. Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
awesome, dude. I love that poster, but I
Yeah.
didn't really have a place for it.
I just have it's tough. It's tough because I gotta like I've been kind of like I want to put it in my garage, but because it's so humid where I'm at, I just don't want nothing to get damaged. Like I bought a dehumidifier. I've got like a drum set, and so I've only put the drum set in there because I have the dehumidifier. I don't know. I guess I'm just scared to put collectibles in there. Like I've got stuff on like work trips,
Mhm.
from other places, So but that's okay because it's gotten a little scuffed up and stuff. Collectibles, I'm not sure. I'm just more cautious, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I keep all
Okay.
my consoles and stuff like that inside. It's in my bedroom. My wife's not the biggest fan of having every Nintendo console and Xbox console in the bedroom, but she doesn't have a choice. So
That's awesome.
that's cool. All right, well, that's everything on the list. Is there anything else you guys are looking forward to that we didn't talk about?
There's one game that I'm looking forward to, which I'm actually surprised it wasn't in the Nintendo Direct. But the next Shovel Knight game, Shovel Knight Dig, comes out September 23rd.
Now, was that announced a couple months ago?
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
Okay, where did I see that
they've been
announcement
talking
at?
about
Was
it.
that on XPlay? Oh no, I think it was on the
maybe.
Spawncast. They announced it on the Spawncast.
That may have been it. I just follow them on Twitter and
Okay.
all that stuff. So when they mentioned it, but I mean it's coming out on Switch and Steam first. It'll come to the other consoles at a later date. So
Okay.
I am looking forward to that. So it's like I think it's supposed to be like a true sequel to the original Shovel Knight, not like a spin-off type game.
Yeah.
So
Nice. That's
excited
another
about
game
it.
I gotta finish playing.
Yeah, get that platinum trophy on Shovel Knight, dude.
Oh, I got it on Nintendo, so that's not a thing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's okay. One day
That's
I'll get
funny.
into it. I saw some dude did a really good cosplay of Shovel Knight. At the Chicago, what do they call it? C2E2, Comic-Con Chicago, basically. I was looking through cool cosplays, and some dude had a really good Shovel Knight one. You'd probably like to check that out.
Nice.
So
I'll look
I
that
thought
up.
of you when I saw it. But
On
what about Call of
Hollow
Duty,
Knight.
Mike? You looking for the Modern Warfare 2?
So I was watching it. I was watching like the Gunsmith and stuff,
Okay.
and so just based on that, do you guys know anything about the new Call of Duty? Or
Yeah,
not really?
I watched
didn't.
a
No.
little bit of it. Was that yesterday or 2 days ago? They had that big live stream event.
Yeah. So I had no idea up until a couple of days ago, and
Yeah.
I didn't really care to know because I was like, I'm not buying it when it first comes out. Dude, I was so disappointed with Vanguard.
Yeah.
Zombies, if you guys haven't been keeping track of that, dude, that was such a flop. They like basically stripped everything that Zombies was really known for. Even like pre-World at War, like the perks were just changed, and it was just really weird. Well, anyway, so with the new one, it's gonna be one of those games like it's just like 2019 Modern Warfare. They put a lot of time, put a lot of research, put a lot of effort into the animations, the shooting style, the operators, which I'm pretty sure are like on the multiplayer. There might have been, I think I saw like military camo on one of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, I thought that was pretty cool. But I can tell that there's going to be a lot of attention to detail, which that's something that I appreciated with Modern Warfare 2019. But just as far as like, they did change up the way you upgrade like your weapons and stuff. Like, so once you unlock like a single stock from your, like, say, AR class, then you can use that same stock for all of your weapons, all of your assault rifle weapons. And if you unlock a certain stock from the SMG class, then you can use that stock for all of your SMGs. So you don't really have to level up every single weapon,
Yeah.
which I could appreciate, you know. Um, I will say the campaign is probably going to be good, which I probably have to go back and play Modern Warfare 2019's campaign, because I think that one was given a lot of praise for how realistic and cool it was, you know. And so as far as like multiplayer and campaign, I think that'll be a really solid aspect of that game. But do I want to pay $70 right out the gate for it? No. So I'll probably wait when, you know, around like Black Friday when it drops like $40, you know.
100%. I'm gonna do the same.
And so
You can play Warzone for free right now. So why would I pay for the extra multiplayer? You know, I can just hop in Warzone, hop out. You know.
Exactly. And that's why I was like, you know, it's just been the same thing. And there's been a lot of news, like Treyarch, on the developer of Zombies. They've been posting stuff on their Twitter recently, just saying like, "Hey, we need people for Zombies," because I think basically they're trying to get back into that 3-year cycle that they have going.
Okay.
And I think I may have heard a rumor that even with the acquisition of Activision by Microsoft, that they might even like expand that a little bit more, maybe like a 4-year life cycle, or actually even, you know, have one game last for 2 years, and, you know, something like that. I think they're trying to stretch, you know, really make sure that the games that they release are solid and not just rinse, wash, repeat, or, you know, wash, rinse, repeat, whatever. And so that's exciting. Again, as far as like the Microsoft acquisition, I don't know where that's going to go. Do you guys have any info on that, or?
I don't know exactly where it's going to go. What I'm hoping is they pull a lot of the Activision studios off of COD, like Toys for Bob, that can do more remakes, such like the Spyro and the remake. They can do something else away from Call of Duty. But I also heard next year they're taking a year off of COD. But I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's right. Which again, man, that's why I kind of feel like maybe they're doing that and leaving Modern Warfare 2 like on a really super solid note. Like, hey, we really want to hammer the nail on this one. So that way we can leave it and give it like trickle updates for the next 2 years. So that way the next game that comes out, which supposedly is a Treyarch game, make sure that one is really solid. And dude, if that's the case, like, I'm all for it. You know, if they can get like a really good zombies going for it and multiplayer. To me, like, multiplayer is kind of like secondary. I don't really care for what they did with as far as like Cold War, like what they did with level progression with between zombies, multiplayer, and then Warzone. Like, I appreciate it, but I think as far as like putting zombies on the same engine as multiplayer, I think it takes away some of the creativity and the unique things that they can do with zombies. And I've been saying this for such a long time. I wish they would just make their own zombies game. You know, hey, spend $30 and, like, you know, buy, you know, a season pass or battle pass or whatever, and you can, you know, get the latest and greatest, you know, next 2 maps, and, you know, do something like that. But keep it.
Yeah, make it more like a platform than a yearly release type thing.
Yeah, like a side mode.
Yeah.
You know, I like how Fortnite evolves every few months, you know, but it's not like it's Fortnite 2 or Fortnite 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is that what you're talking about? Like, because that's what they should do with games like Madden or MLB. You know, it's like why keep releasing games? Why not make it one game that you have to buy like the season pass for every year? You know, if
Yeah.
you want to update your players or something.
Yeah, but not make it $60. Make it $20.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause it's
yeah.
just a roster
Yeah.
update at that
Roster
point.
updates and things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think if you were to make it like a class of its own, and then hey, we're gonna release, I don't see, and I don't know how people would, because it would kind of like be like a season pass. I don't know how that would be. Almost like, hey, for the next year, pay $60 and we'll release like 4 to 6 maps. I don't know how people would feel about that, but it would be nice to have like a Call of Duty Zombies that would have the same Call of Duty dynamics, but be its own thing, and that way people can work on it on its own.
Yeah.
It can be given its own funding. It's not going to have to worry or be dependent on another game, because trust me, the desire for like Black Ops, I mean, pretty much before Black Ops 4. I think Black Ops 4 had some good zombies, but I think the execution was just poorly done. But I think that era of like zombies, I think it's very much desired for the community, and they can of course integrate like newer players. But I think that desire is very much there. It's just another one of those things. You have to have the right execution and not getting a map and a half for an entire game
Mhm.
that you were kind of not promised, but given such a high expectation, given the commercials and stuff like that. Like that's how Vanguard was, man. It was, you open up the game and it was like I don't know if you guys played Cold War, but it was like an Outbreak style. But it was just so bare bones, and it was bare bones in such a bad way,
Yeah.
And so I can guarantee you, people, other than like the few little bit of updates that they gave that game, because the main map came out, and then a second map came out, and then Shino Numa, which is another map that's been released 4 times already. Well, this would have been the 4th time, and then they redid the second map for the technically 4th map. It was like, dude, what are you guys doing, man? So it was just like wow. It was a wow moment, So
Yeah.
after all that, so I said I'm not paying full price for Call of Duty. Not right now, unless it really impresses me, which this year it just seems, like I said, it's another wash, rinse, repeat type thing. I'm not saying it won't be good, just it's not gonna be suitable enough for me to go pay that amount of money.
Yeah. I don't I agree with you 100%. I'm going to wait till it's a Black Friday sale, or I find it for a half price at GameStop, and then I'll pick it up. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and I'll play Warzone a little bit here and there when Apex makes me upset, and or when I'm tired of playing my PS4. We'll see. But I agree with everything you're saying there. It's definitely not. Call of Duty has not impressed me in the last several years to go buy a $60 game. It's not 2010 anymore, where I couldn't wait for Modern Warfare 2 to come out, waiting in line for 3 hours, and took the day off of work the next day to play it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Or I guess what? Modern Warfare 2 came in 09. That's what it was, yeah. 09. So
So is
Yeah.
this Modern Warfare 2, is this a continuation of the last remake
yes.
of Modern Warfare? So, and these aren't like one for one remakes of the first two, correct?
No. This is a
It's like
complete reimagining, but
Okay.
with the same characters in a sense.
Like a
Yeah,
retelling.
because I know
almost.
I know
Yeah.
Price is in it. I just don't
Yep.
know, like, I don't think Soap was in the remake of the first one, or was he? Was he the player character that you were playing as?
I don't
don't
think
remember.
so. I think he's going to be in this one though. Like he was a DLC character, or not a DLC, but he was an operator pack that they released. I want to say within the past year.
Because wasn't
Yeah.
Soap the main character that you played as in the original Modern Warfare 1? And then in Modern Warfare 2, he was like a buddy or whatever character?
I think he was one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you played as like a few different teams, but of
Yeah.
course you were like moving towards the same goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ghost, he wasn't in the main campaign, I don't believe, but they kind of announced him through like I want to say it was like season 2 of Warzone, and so of like the original Warzone, and so they kind of announced him through that, and they made him like an operator and all this other stuff.
Yeah, but Ghost was actually, he looked cool, but he was just a minor character in the original second game anyway, wasn't he? Like he was in just a couple scenes, and he was one of your AI teammates or whatever.
Yes, and I mean, like I think he probably had
Like 3 minutes of screen time.
no, I mean he was a pretty big character, but I think it was more of the fact that he was like a cooler character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked
Because-
cool, you know.
Hell yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean, do you know about Ghost? I'm trying to like be as vague as I can.
Yeah, I've beaten the campaign to the original Modern Warfare trilogy.
Oh, okay. So I
It's
think
just been a pretty long time.
Yeah.
yeah, I think the fact that they killed him off is what made him, and the way they killed him off is the way.
Yeah,
that-
just quick. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, hey everybody, guess what? I'm Ghost, and then, you know,
I think that's you're like, oh wait, no, that was my buddy. No,
you expected him to be tearing ass,
yeah.
you know, the whole time, right?
Yeah.
But
And so yeah, it was. I think it was one of those things. Maybe they'll rewrite it where he doesn't die in this one. I don't know, but
Or die sooner. We don't know.
or
Oh.
yeah, even
like he
less
shows
screen
up on screen. Hey everybody, I'm Ghost.
time.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
Hey
I
guys,
think-
look at this cool ski mask I got.
I just picked it up at Walmart.
Oh, man.
I
Spirit
think,
Halloween they're on sale at Spirit Halloween.
The Queen was there.
Oh, too soon.
Oh, too soon.
Man, she was
Oh.
96. That's not too soon. She's fine. I mean, if she
She
was like
was-
45, okay. But that girl lived 3 different lives. She's okay.
Oh man. Well, so with I think the Call of Duty, I think what because of course, if you guys haven't paid attention, through like the Warzone, they've been integrating like the Treyarch game because like Treyarch was separate, Infinite Warfare or Infinity Ward was separate, and Sledgehammer games were separate. So all 3 of those Call of Duties were always separate.
Yeah,
but
because
now,
there was the one that started with World at War, right? Which continued into the Black Ops games. Then there was like the Modern Warfare, line, and then there was like the third random one, wasn't it? Wasn't it that the one with all the random
I want to like
entries?
I don't know if Ghosts was like Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't know if that was like the start of that franchise because I think like Infinite Warfare tied into some of that stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but and then also Advanced Warfare. Yeah, I think it was like Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, and then like Infinity Warfare, like stuff like those games. I believe were like Sledgehammer games.
Interesting.
But so now what they're doing is I think what they're doing is based on like Infinity War or Infinity Ward, they will be making like, or no, who made this last one? Infinity Ward? I don't know. Who,
I have no
Vanguard?
idea.
Yeah.
I think
Was it Sledgehammer?
Treyarch stepped in because Sledgehammer was screwing up, so they threw Treyarch in it, I believe.
Yeah. Well, so I think what I've heard, and from like I've watched videos on like very credible like leaker, but pretty much they're saying that like, okay, Infinity Ward is going to be doing like modern games. Treyarch will be doing like Vietnam-ish era games, and then Sledgehammer will be doing like past games, stuff, or even future games. Maybe Treyarch will be doing past games, but something to that effect. And they're all going to try to make them line up within the same storyline, so that way there's no, I guess, confusion.
Now that would be cool. That sounds interesting, at least from the campaign standpoint. Because I mean, Infinite Warfare is the last campaign that I played in the series, but I had been fond of the Call of Duty campaigns.
Yeah.
I used to be. I never big on the multiplayer, but
it
would be cool if they all tied together.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what they're doing now, because I know with Cold War, they even released an operator skin with Captain Price's dad, like serving in the 80s.
Oh, cool.
And that was on Cold War. And so, yeah, it was Captain Price, but it was like Captain Frank Price or whatever. And, looked exactly like Captain Price in Modern Warfare, but, born at a different time, served in a different time, still part of like the task force. And it was cool, but it was kind of like, well, what are they doing? It was kind of like the first little hint at, hey, they're going to start dropping like little intel and like little hints that they're going to be merging the story. And then sure enough, like if you remember Black Ops 2, like the main villain from that story, Raul Menendez.
Yeah.
Mendez. He is now the like main operator in, which I don't know how they're doing this, because he was like Vietnam 80s era, but he's in World War II now. so,
I mean, you think though, it's like, because the Reznov character, he started out as one of your companion characters in World at War.
Yep.
On the Russian side, and then he was a big part of what Black Ops 1 and 2 at least.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
And he was a World War II character.
Yeah.
So
he was older. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I'm not saying it's not impossible, but it's it's going to be hard as long as they make it make sense. Cool.
I just want it to be fun. Like, if it's not fun and it's got bugs and microtransactions, I'm out. I'm not even going to pick it up.
Yeah.
But if it comes out and it's a lot of fun, if there's a couple plot holes, okay, whatever. It's a Call of Duty game, It's just like how I think of a Marvel movie. Like, yeah, there's holes everywhere. And when they get back to the little corner, they go, oh, we can time travel now. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So, like, it's kind of how I feel this is going to be.
It's
just fun. That's all it is.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm in the future titles. Like I said, I'll buy this one used, and then future titles. I think that'll probably hold more excitement.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. All right, Dave, what are you looking forward to?
I mean, right now, pretty much just Mirage. I've got a few other games that I'm looking forward to that I've got pre-ordered. So like that Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, coming out in December. Forspoken, I'm still looking forward to. There's a few games on the horizon that I'm looking forward to. Obviously, God of War Ragnarok is the next big one.
Oh yeah,
coming down the pipe for me.
Would you say Horizon Zero Dawn?
I mean, I've already got the platinum trophy on both the games in the series, but yes, I mean, I'm looking forward to the next entry in that one.
That was a wordplay joke, but
yeah, it was pretty bad, Mikey. I'm sorry. I tried to help.
I'm trying to follow you. I'm like, that came out so long ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, yes, I am also looking forward to God of War 1 on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Sorry, I guess I could have said Forbidden West.
Nah, it's all right. I mean, there is that Call of the Mountain, which is the PSVR 2 game in the Horizon.
Oh, you guys into that PSVR? Like, are y'all gonna get the second one?
I probably will, but here's the thing: PSVR, the first one, I like it just fine, but it's such a pain to set everything up that I rarely use it.
Yeah.
And apparently the PSVR 2 is not backwards compatible with PSVR 1 games.
Of course, because it's Sony. If this was a Microsoft product, you'd be fine.
Well, once upon a time, Sony was leading the way in the backwards compatibility.
Once upon a time was once upon a time. I care about today.
Hey, look, man. Me too. Me too.
And if it was Nintendo, they would see how they could remaster the Wii U.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Sony does like to remaster one game, and that's just The Last of Us. Like,
I don't understand it.
yeah, that's
I don't
two
understand it.
remasters of the same game already.
Well,
Like,
you can talk about Resident Evil 4.
Oh, I mean that's
okay,
true.
yeah, you got me
Yeah.
there. That was just announced again, wasn't it? They're giving
On the Switch.
Oh no.
Well, so
No, never mind.
Yeah, they're
Sorry,
redoing Resident Evil 4 like they did to Resident Evil 2 and 3, and now they're doing 4. Which,
Well,
Mikey, I'm sure you're pumped about.
I've kind of saw like some rumors on, because Twitter's such a bad place to see rumors, but there was some rumors saying that they were going to do Resident Evil 4 just like they did Resident Evil 3 and cut some parts out. Why, I don't know, and I really hope that's not the case, because if that is the case, I'm going to be very upset. Am I going to buy it anyway? Probably.
Yeah.
But you know, they did do an announcement, which Dave, I don't know if you saw this, but Resident Evil Village, they added, I think they added this a while ago, unless they announced it a while ago, and now they're finally adding it. I'm not sure, but the third person mode, which I thought was cool, but
will it make it less spooky?
Probably, yeah, I think it would.
So Village, that's number 8, right?
Yeah, that's number 8.
Okay.
Did you ever finish it or no?
No, I haven't even played it, bro.
Oh, dude,
you know me.
I thought that was a good game. 7 Resident Evil Biohazard, I thought that was okay. The first bit of it, the second bit of it, I didn't really care for it as much. But 8, I thought was very, very solid. Like the aesthetics of that game and the like atmosphere, I thought that game was very solid. But yeah, so they added the third person mode, which was cool. But I've already beaten that game like 3 times within like a month or two when I was playing it. And so to go back and do third person, I would be entertained. But other than like going past the first level, I'm like, okay, this is, it's still the same game, just third person, you know what I mean? So they did add, on Mercenaries, they did add how you can play the different bosses, the 4 different bosses that you fight in the main game. You can actually go back and play them in Mercenaries, which was cool because you can use their weapons and abilities and stuff like that. So that I would actually go back and see how that holds up. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But, yeah. So.
All right. Hey, when are we all gonna get together and play Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge?
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
And now it's been so long, we're gonna have to start over.
100%.
Oh, especially since we jacked up the stream, both of us, each individually.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? Got to figure that out. So, but are you able to stream, Dave? Do you have everything set up?
No, I don't right now. Actually, my wife started a new job where she's working from home, so she kind of took over my space with all her stuff. So I got to figure all that back out.
All right, Mikey, when are you gonna start a channel?
Dude, I don't know. I've always thought about it, and I've thought about it for a long time. But
you got a good mic. All you got to do is get a somewhat okay PC and a $40 capture card, and you're running. So
that's my next step. If I get a PC, I'm probably gonna get it for games. But yeah,
that's kind of what I did. I think Dave and I were talking before you hopped on, and my laptop crashed, and that's why we hadn't been doing this for so long, because I had no way to record it and stream it, and we could have just had a conversation, but whatever. I called up Saltzgiver and I said, if I give you my credit card, could you build me a PC? And of course he said yes, and so that's what we did. So I paid about $1,000, and yeah, it's working great. It's for it's really for games too, though. Like I can play any game that comes out now on it, but yeah, I'm not going to be doing that too much, but I have the ability.
If you pay $1,000 for something, you better use it.
Yeah,
I'm using it right
it'd
now.
Be kind of silly.
That's how you can hear me right now. I'm not going to max out.
Not
yeah,
good
but
enough.
I also paid $40 and I can hear you right now too.
Yeah, this is true. I
Yeah.
paid a fraction of what you paid.
Okay,
and
but the whole world
we're
can
doing
hear
just
me,
fine.
hear us off my computer. But
Yeah, but the whole
you're
world
right.
can hear me
Okay,
off
hold on.
mine too.
Hold on. I did buy SpongeBob. Here, which one did I buy?
And my computer comes with the built-in camera. So
Oh yeah, mine does not have that. I bought SpongeBob rehydrated, so I can play that on PC. Boom.
that's funny.
And Black Mesa, which if you haven't played the original Half-Life, you gotta get Black Mesa. It's like $10. It's
One game I wish they would remake because I have never played them, but I think it's like a
you have to.
what do they call that? Like a cult.
Cult
Cult
following.
following.
It's not a cult
Yeah.
following though. It's like if you're a gamer, you played these games, and that's what Black Mesa is. It's a remaster. It's like a fan remake of Half-Life, but Steam is an actually cool company, and they just said, okay, we'll put it on sale for you, and so you could buy it off Steam. It's awesome.
I'll check that out. Well,
Yeah.
if I had a PC.
Yeah. You can buy one for like $500 and run that game. It's not too demanding.
Yeah.
But it's better if you have obviously a higher quality PC, then you can run the ultra high graphics and whatnot. I think that's what killed my last computer because I was running it on low graphics. They call it potato graphics, and it's still like pretty. It hurt my laptop pretty good, and that was the last thing I did before I shut it off, and then it never turned back on. So pretty sure Black Mesa crushed my last computer, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. So let's all play it.
Well, like get a good PC.
Computer killing game.
Well, I beat the crap out of that PC. I would stream on it like every night, make videos at the same time. Like I'd stream and record, and I didn't know how damaging that was to my graphics card and my PC because I would use my CPU and my GPU running them at 100%, and all I would do is put an extra fan on it. It worked, but it melted the computer eventually. So, but yeah, there you go. All right. Anything else you want to talk about? Any last thoughts, comments, concerns?
I do have one last thing. So it's like, I mentioned I jumped into Valhalla, but one of the reasons why I did so was because Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Assassin's Creed Valhalla have crossover missions now. So I had to jump back into Odyssey first to do that portion of the crossover missions. And then I'm going to play the crossover missions in Valhalla when I get to them. But also one thing from that Ubisoft showcase presentation, the Assassin's Creed showcase, was there is a final chapter DLC coming out also for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So that should be, the bow on the package, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
another reason to wait to play a game later because there's more stuff that's always going to come out.
Yeah, and that's crazy because it's like, geez Louise, man, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is 4 years old now? And I still have to go back and play it. It's like, when will I be free of this game? It's like,
Yeah.
I've got 100% trophies. I've got hundreds of hours put into it.
Yeah.
Free me.
Yeah, the open world, the big open world RPG Assassin's Creed is just too big. Like when I was playing Origins, I liked it, but I felt like I wasn't progressing, because it was so big, and I was at like 10%, but I had already put like 25 hours into the game, and it was kind of crushing to me. It's like
that's what initially turned me off from Origins, and why I was so delayed in playing it was because I was used to the old style Assassin's Creeds where you can, like, right from the get-go, you can build up your arsenal, you can level up your character, and before you know it, you're an unstoppable assassinating machine, know? Origins is not like that. You get into Origins, every new area you go to, enemies are going to level cap to you, and it pretty much takes assassinations away because enemies are always going to be at or just above your power level, throughout the entire game.
What's the point of leveling up if they're going to level up with me? Like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like. Yeah. I mean, they had really cool ideas, and it was nice. It was refreshing. They wanted to try something different, and I get that, but it wasn't for me. Like
I've gotten used to them. It wasn't for me at first, but I had gotten used to them, and I enjoy them. But I'm ready to get back to OG Assassin's Creed. Like, I want to be an unstoppable powerhouse, and I want to have all my little tools at my disposal. I want to use smoke bombs. I want to crawl around on the rooftops and stuff, You know?
Use my wrist strapped pistol.
Yeah, I want to use my hidden
Yeah.
blade, bro. I want to get some folks. I'm
I
gonna
like-
stab them in the face.
I like that cutscene in Mirage where they're heating up the knife to take off the dude's ring finger. Like
Yeah,
in this Assassin's Creed 2 when they had that inventor Michelangelo, I think that was his name.
Leonardo.
Leonardo. Sorry, wrong Ninja
Yeah,
Turtle.
different turtle.
Different
Yeah.
turtle. He's like, I think I can make this work without having you cut your finger off. And I was like, no, like that's
Yeah, it's
that's
part of
part
the
of
thing.
it. Like you gotta cut the finger off. It sounds morbid because it's not my finger, but
Yeah.
you know, like
Well,
that's
they moved on to like branding the finger and
yeah.
doing other
Let's cut the
stuff. Yeah,
finger
it's all
off
about-
again. Let's go back.
Yeah, just chop it off, bro.
Let's go back. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I did like the not under the wrist, but like over the wrist with Ivor. I think
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and she's like, "I'm not going to make the same mistake you guys made." When she puts it on, they're like,
Oh,
"No,
yeah.
it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go under the wrist." It's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to make that mistake."
That's funny.
They're like, "Oh, it wasn't a mistake. We did this on purpose."
You guys are idiots.
It's like Ivor's like, "Uh huh." Thanks for the
That's
blade,
fun.
though.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah. All right. Anyone else got any last concerns before we sign off?
No,
No.
sir.
All right.
No,
Awesome.
I think I'm good. It's been a blast being back on here chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I'm going to end it. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Let's do
Bud Club out. Yeah. We'll get it one of these days.
Yeah.
I let it go. I did.
Oh.
It's been 6 months.